MyPillow products provide the perfect comfort and support for your whole body. These products are the one thing my wife and I can agree on, from the Giza sheets to the body pillow. Normally, they're $89 for the whole body pillow. If you enter my promo code LIBERTY, you get it for $29.99. Are you kidding me? That's a deal. Product comes with 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. I am telling you something, these products are fantastic. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special box. You use my promo code LIBERTY. You will receive deep discounts on everything, including the original MyPillow for only $29.99. That's 30% off. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special box, promo code LIBERTY, or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201, promo code LIBERTY.
You've heard Remke's Garage commercials on AM 560, and now they specialize in servicing Sprinters and light-duty diesels. But the experts at Remke's also service Isuzu and Chevy low-cab forward trucks. So if you own an Isuzu or Chevy low-cab forward truck but aren't sure where to get it repaired, take it to Remke's Garage, your number one dealer alternative for repairs to your Isuzu NPR, Isuzu F-Series, or Chevy low-cab forward truck. Whether gas or diesel, your truck is the lifeline of your business. That's why Remke's Garage offers free loaners while your truck is being serviced. They'll even pick up and deliver for your convenience. Remke's Garage has the factory scan tool to properly diagnose Isuzu and Chevy low-cab forward trucks. Their commitment to your business is backed with a complimentary maintenance plan and free 2-year warranty. Go to Remke'sGarage.com to learn more about their specialization in Isuzu and Chevy low-cab forward trucks and schedule your appointment today. That's Remke's, R-E-M-K-E-S, Garage.com.
This live program is sponsored by Safer USA OT Media Group. It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. I'm Eric Allen. Tonight I'm here with our hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. We'll be talking about a win for Pennsylvania residents as it pertains to gun laws. Love, like, or hate Obamacare? Just wait until you hear what the Dems have planned and what financial impact it will have on you. And find out what you need to know about vote harvesting. Later, Gretchen's action items, and find out if your moment of AOC Zen will return. Well, I'll let the cat out of the bag. It will, and this week's title is Get Out of Jail Free Card. All that and more on tonight's On Target Radio. To participate, give us a call at 312-642-5600. Go to our Facebook page, On Target Radio, or watch us live on YouTube, On Target Radio. And I think we'll probably do Facebook live streaming during commercials this week. So.
Oh, you've been Shanghai.
Yeah? Yeah.
Facebook Live. That says like really going up about an inch. But that's good. Facebook Live. That's nice.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if it's nice or not. We're doing it.
We're doing it anyways.
You made an executive decision.
That ends that. Yeah, it's an executive
I get to
decision.
do those once in a great while.
I got it. You know, we're talking earlier. You're the one that keeps saying we have a lot of listeners, and I'm the one that keeps going, I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I was at the gun rights policy thing in Arizona, people came up to me and said, "You're the guy with the show out of Chicago." I go, "Yeah." And then when we were in Georgia, in the middle of nowhere, as in nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah. A couple of guys said, "You're the gun guy from Chicago." I go, "Yeah." So this week, I'm in my doctor's office doing my semi-annual checkup, and he's talking about the gun show, our show. I'm going, seriously. I think he's listening tonight. I've had really good luck with doctors. I mean, this is the guy, Mike Wasak. This is the guy with Family Medical out of Joliet, who called me at 4:30 in the morning some years ago and go, "I want you in my office at 8 a.m." You don't ever want to hear your doctor call you at 4:30 in the morning and say, "I want you in my office at 8 a.m."
That's a bad thing.
No, I want them to call me at 7:30 and tell me they want me in there at 8 a.m.
Well, yeah, and then, before he hangs up, he goes, "Sleep tight." It's
You're like laying awake.
That's why you may as well wait.
Exactly. You're basically shot. That's not going to go over well. But he linked me up with the oncologist who's phenomenal. So I just, so if he's listening, Dr. Wasak, I'm glad you call in, be pithy. Very, very bright guy, and we have these conversations, and it's enjoyable. And I think he probably blows off 3 patients talking to me. So I can't complain. They may not say the same thing as I do, but so he's apparently he's listening. So Pennsylvania, talk a little bit about Pennsylvania, and they're not as bad as Illinois is, but they have a preemption rule in Pennsylvania, right?
Right. So after the, it's been about a year since the Tree of Life synagogue was shot up by a bad person. And
some people did some things.
Right. Some people did some things in Pittsburgh. And subsequent to that, Pittsburgh went, we must do something, and, that whole do something legislatively attitude, which of course we know is not really very beneficial. And so the city of Pittsburgh passed some gun laws. There was a law prohibiting the use of assault-style weapons within city limits of Pittsburgh, and also a red flag law they passed. And now, so it's been in court. It's never been enforced. They basically said, well, we've got to wait for it to go through the court system. And as expected, really, even by the people who passed it in Pittsburgh, the judge in the case said no. He threw it out and said that the state of Pennsylvania has total preemption for firearms. So basically, the state laws of Pennsylvania regarding firearms are the only law of the land there. So cities cannot pass their own laws, which is what Pittsburgh tried to do in spite of the fact that they knew they had preemption.
And we tried to do that here in Illinois, but it didn't go so well.
Well, they got preemption for all gun laws except they've grandfathered in any ordinance for modern sporting rifles, AR-15s. They gave them 10 days, wasn't it? It was 10 days from passage that they had left to pass an ordinance, and after that, then you can't do anything, which they're now trying to take back.
Well, except Libertyville, who wants to take that back.
Well, what they did, and not that I'm defending them, but just so it's clear, so people understand it, they did sort of an end-run thing. What they did is they put an ordinance in place that didn't ban it, but it was an assault weapons ordinance, and it was storage
like
or something, wasn't it?
Or something. Yeah,
it was something innocuous. Then later on, they went back and said, we're just amending it.
We're changing the one that we already had.
Yeah, we're just amending it.
To me, it was like a shell kind of thing.
Exactly what it was.
Yeah, we can just fill this with whatever we want later on, and
basically
it should go through. And
that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Luckily, it did not, as far as I know.
Well, because it was...
Well, they passed it, but then it was thrown out.
Yeah, it was obvious what they were doing.
Yeah.
It was obvious. You're listening on Target Radio. This is AM 560. The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. Elizabeth Warren, she could possibly replace AOC for being dumb.
Yeah, I can go with that.
What are the odds that if you add people in this country that they'll pay taxes if they come in illegally to begin with? What do you think they're going to? How many people do you think will pay taxes?
I'm going to go it's like 50-50.
Yeah,
you're very generous.
I would go a lot less
Well,
than that.
there's already I think there are already illegal immigrants that pay taxes. Because you do read articles about that.
Well, there probably are some, certainly, but if you get a job where you're on a payroll, you have to give them a Social Security number. A lot of them just go and get Social Security numbers, dead people, whatever it is. There are probably some.
Like some of them have tax ID numbers.
Yeah,
and
I was just going to say, there are some who form their own company and get a tax ID number. That's actually, I do that very thing. Safer USA is a corporation, and all the money goes to Safer USA, and that way I can beat paying and never mind. But the point is,
we don't need to get too far down that road. But yeah, because I read an article several years ago about how illegal immigrants were getting tax refunds, and it's like, well, how can they get refunds? Well, it's because they actually did pay taxes, but then they don't have socials; they have tax IDs.
They have tax ID number.
Well, the problem is, it's probably like some people I know that actually get more back in their refund than they put in.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
We totally need to put a stop to that.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't put it in, you don't get it back.
Yeah.
This isn't like gather up all the money and redistribute it how you want.
Excuse me, the word refund implies
has a meaning
that you paid.
That you paid.
That has an
actual
actual definition.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're giving them a refund for what?
Buy something at the store for $5 and go back and here's $10. Doesn't work
exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. Unless you're the wife of a friend of mine who went out and bought shoes and saved $20 a pair, and I thought they were making. I made the comment that you should have bought more. You could have paid off the mortgage.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. Only the liberals can come up with this stuff. In the next segment, we're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren's plan, which absolutely astounds me. How people can come up with this off the wall stuff, and the press never challenges them.
No, I can come up with it. I have no problem doing that. It's just I'm not, unethical enough to actually do it.
They don't get challenged.
I know. We would.
If a Republican did it, God forbid.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be in jail.
That'd be it.
You look at Trump. He just tweeted some stuff earlier this week, but you look at Trump, and we joke about this all the time. We even talk about it on the show. The deeper they dig a hole looking for something with Trump, they come up with some Democrat at the very bottom, squinting his eyes, looking at daylight, going, "Don't just throw the dirt back on top here. Nothing to see here." It all roads lead to Rome. Well, in this country, all roads lead to liberals.
All roads lead back to Hillary somehow.
It's true, which I heard, and I did not substantiate this, but have you heard this? That now she's talking about running again?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Great. Yeah.
Some close advisor to her said no, she's thinking about it. She's
she
watching.
Stop thinking.
She's
about
watching to see what happens with Biden. Is what they said.
Well, you guys heard that Beto O'Rourke is out, right?
Yeah, Beto dropped out.
Yay.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the guy who hung his hat on taking your gun. Hell yes, we're going to take your guns away. Bye.
See ya. That didn't work out so well.
Yeah, that was probably all of 2.5 weeks ago that he said that.
I'm guessing that somebody in the great state of Texas said, this is really not going to work out, Beto. And that's the other thing, Beto, sort of pandering to the Hispanic community.
I'm not sure where he got that.
Yeah, he probably got it from his neighbor. Who knows? I don't know.
It's just it's so random.
But yeah, and so Biden has sunk. He's still in the running, but he's
he's still top 3.
2 months ago, a month and a half ago, he was the shining star, and then they started to listen to him, and it started to go south pretty quickly. So I don't know. I think he's probably going to take the big dive. Yeah. But Warren doesn't. I don't know about her.
She's coming on strong.
We're going to talk about her when we come back. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren and how she is going to generate millions of dollars of not currently available tax revenue to pay for the medical thing. All that and more. All more lies when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560.
The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
All I ever asked my husband to do was vacuum the house, make me a cup of tea, wipe marks off the patio doors. If that's nagging, I'll hold up my hands to it, but asking your husband to vacuum is not, in my eyes, a criminal offense. Well, that's where we part company.
A criminal offense? What? That better not come to America. It's just another mouth to feed and somebody else to clean up after, really.
Even if we had these laws, not enough women would be prosecuted.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Did you miss the open enrollment this year? I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time that eliminates the mandatory maternity coverage. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other carriers. If you're over 50 and are covered by the Affordable Care Act, you're paying for maternity coverage every month whether you want it or not. In Chicago, the least expensive PPO health insurance plan under the ACA will cost $572 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $7,900 before your bills are paid at 100%. I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity coverage and lower your monthly premium to $278 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $2,500 before your bills are paid at 100%. That's a savings of $294 a month and over $5,000 with my lower deductible. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I started taking them about 7.5 years ago. It was right after I lost my husband. My husband passed away. I was grieving so bad I wasn't eating at all. I mean, I just didn't care. And so I heard the advertisements on the radio, and I thought, well, my family's upset about me. I got to get myself straight, and I started taking them. So I always say they kind of saved my life, you know. They gave me back my life. I would say that.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 35% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Double Barrel Magazine extended clips.
Thanks, George.
Coming from the no, that was me. Coming from the people who
Thanks, Dave.
can only imagine to dream up some of the things they dream up. Elizabeth Warren has a plan. She's got a lot of plans.
It's not a good plan, but
it's not a good plan. No. See, you know, they keep talking about Medicare for all, right?
Yes.
You hear that over and over again,
Yes.
which is another Obama plan.
So the
basically.
various Democrats have various ridiculous single-payer health care ideas, but this is Elizabeth Warren's is Medicare for all.
Medicare for all, that's correct, which is a chummy thing, except there's one small problem with Medicare for all, and it would be the cost of Medicare for all.
Yes.
They're talking $52 trillion.
Something
That's
like that.
nothing. We can come up with that.
Well, Illinois came up with $40 billion
without cutting
without cutting anything.
They raided some pensions, but
Come
other
on.
than that,
See,
it's
this is the problem. You get bogged down in details.
Yeah,
exactly. It's these little tiny.
They don't want to hear about that part.
No.
Well, they raided some pensions, but remember, one of the first things he signed when he took office was an increase in their pay, in the public service sector pay, like 15 or 20%, something like that.
I remember.
Yeah. So, yeah, they raided pensions, and then they turned around and put more money back in, which comes from, let's see, where does that money come from? Oh, right, us. So, Elizabeth, but now, the one thing you got to say about Elizabeth Warren, about paying the $52 trillion, is it's not just falling on our shoulders. She has found a whole demographic of people that haven't been paying taxes.
11 to 22 million.
Illegal
aliens.
Yes, let's bring them in because they do such a wonderful job overall.
We'll just give them blanket amnesty and then tell them, here's your tax bill.
First of all, there's your bribe bill, okay, to get into the system.
She also wants to drive up legal immigration levels even higher. They're already at historic highs, and she wants to jack it up even more.
Absolutely. Well, we're a polyglot. You walk down the street in Chicago, you hear 20 different languages, okay?
It's true.
And I've learned to actually swear in 8 different languages just from walking down the streets of Chicago.
I don't even have to walk down the streets of Chicago anymore. I just have to go to the Costco in Orland Park or Bolingbrook, and it's like, and the children are talking these languages too. So are they bilingual or are they only learning one language? I don't understand what's going on there.
Most
but
of them are bilingual.
It's kind of annoying because now I don't know what they're talking about.
You
I knew a family.
I know they're talking about me.
I knew a Mexican family that their children went to public school. It was actually third generation went to public school, and so they knew how to speak English, but they didn't know how to speak Spanish very well. And so they had a rule at home that they could only speak Spanish at home because they were losing their ability to speak Spanish.
And I think, speaking multiple languages is actually great. But,
it is a good thing. It's, later in life, it will be an advantage for them.
Yeah. It's an advantage if you can do it in public without anybody knowing what you're saying.
Well, that's easy. You just make it up as you go. You don't have to actually speak the language. Americans have problem believing if they see somebody that appears ethnic, Chinese or Korean or whatever it is, they can't quite wrap their brain around the fact that you actually could be from the United States.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I had a friend years ago who was Chinese, but he was Chinese, but he was born and raised in America. And I remember we went somewhere or another, and it was just a passing conversation we were having with somebody. They weren't grilling the guy, but they just said, "So where are you from? China? Hong Kong? Where are you from?" He goes, "I'm from Chicago." And he goes, "No, I mean before that." And he goes, "Well, I was technically born in Toledo, but I just they just couldn't wrap their brain around that fact,
Yeah, when I still worked at the convent, they had a young woman sign up, and she lived in Arizona, and so they were asking her, she had a Hispanic name, and so they were asking her. She was like fourth generation American.
Wow.
Like her family had been here for 100 years.
See, with my ethnicity, with Italians, you couldn't tell we were Italians unless you asked us a question and went, with our shoulders and our forehead, then you could tell it was Italian. But give us a call, 312-642-5600. You're listening to On Target Radio. This is AM 560, The Answer. Do you think it makes sense? Do you think it makes sense to let 22 million illegal aliens just pardon them, give them citizenship because she knows that they're going to pay taxes? She knows that. That's what's going to happen. They will pay taxes, and that is where we'll get the $52 trillion for Medicare for everybody. I'm just guessing nobody calls because no one will believe that.
Well, they already get all our other free stuff, so, why not?
They do.
Right?
Yeah.
They get the free lunches at schools. They get, Link or whatever they got around
Link
here
cards,
now.
yeah.
And free health care, because they can't pay for it.
One of the, and I'm really serious about this, one of the, I think, sadder things that I remember that came out of this show was somebody called in and talked about they knew a kid who was like middle-class kid going to school who came home, I don't think crying, but came home very upset because he didn't have a Link card.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard that.
You remember that story?
Yep. But it's just because that's just how they're all raised, and their friends have Link cards. Why can't they have a Link card, right?
So cultural.
Well, because you have American Express.
It's
That's
cool
why.
to have a Link card, right?
Well, I think kids are dumb, and I mean there was a time when all kids know is what is other people are telling them,
of course,
basically,
right.
And I can't remember. I don't think it was me. I think maybe it was on television, but it was basically like, well, all my friends' parents are divorced, but my parents are still married to each other. So, every time the parents would have an argument, it was be like, are you guys going to get divorced? Because
that's the fast way.
Because it was just, it was all around them.
Yeah. The biggest problem with Warren's plan is literally she would do away with all private medical insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You would not have your own insurance. It would be strictly U.S. government.
Which it's interesting because this is where the Democrats are going to clash with the unions. Which historically have been their big supporters because the unions have negotiated and fought for
a paid perk.
Right, for decades. I mean, various raises and improvements to their healthcare plans, but they've earned all this. I mean, they've fought for this stuff over the decades, and they're not going to want to give it up.
No. Well, and that's the interesting thing. The Democrats are losing touch with their real base because the unions, the blue-collar working guy has always been Democrat, and they're fleeing. It's like rats fleeing a sinking ship.
Well, like I said, I mean, even if they don't flee completely, they're not going to support somebody who's going to take away their private health care. So,
well, let's hope not.
it's I mean
they could try and
it's
spin it, but
it's definitely an interesting problem. But I guess good/bad thing. But the unions always tell their people how to vote. And if they say don't vote for Elizabeth Warren, then they won't vote for Elizabeth Warren.
We got Bart on, and from Bridgeport of all places, we'll have to find out if he's a firefighter or a cop. It's one of those things where you peel the tab off, and Bart, how you doing this evening?
Hey brother, I'm a guitar player. Believe me, I'm making no money.
Hey, Bart, I'm a drummer.
When you discuss, well, you know what Sean says from Elmwood Park in Chicago. If you're not in on the hustle, you're funding the hustle.
Yeah. You got it.
You're funding the hustle.
You got about a minute. What's up, Bart?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you were talking about people that they're going to pay taxes. What about the Reagan amnesty? I mean, Reagan gave everybody amnesty, and they didn't want to be citizens. And when I say them, I mean I am Mexican-American. People, when I make this point, we need more immigrants, but they have to sign the guest book. They have to. They have to do things legally. They say, well, you just don't like brown people. I'm pretty sure I like brown people. My favorite guy is my dad. I mean, really, not a word to my dad. You're kidding, right? It's not that. We're to be a nation of laws, not a nation of men.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm first-generation American. Both of my parents were from Italy. And that generation, they came to this country because they wanted to be Americans. And we, in the house, we celebrated Italian festivals and stuff like that. But when you stepped outside the door, you were an American citizen. And they were very proud of that. That's what's going.
Look at all the people, the Vietnamese people, the Korean people who came here, all of the different ethnicities who came here, and they 2 generations later, they're owning businesses, driving Mercedes Benzes, what have you.
Bart, we got to take a break.
It's astounding. This country affords so much.
We got to take a break, Bart. We got to take a break, and we'll be back with more on Target Radio after a few messages. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
The mainstream media wants to divide Americans into neat little groups, and they want you to believe that everyone in each of those groups thinks alike. John Anthony and Charles Love are here to blow up that lie. Join them for Black and Right this Saturday at 1 p.m. when they expose the lies of the media and the hypocrisy of the left and have fun doing it. It's Black and Right this Saturday at 1 p.m. right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Mike Piazza. A lot of impeachment activity expected on Capitol Hill this week, with some focus on the whistleblower's possible testimony.
One witness the president and his allies have been pushing to hear from is the whistleblower who filed a complaint about the president's phone call with Ukraine's leader. Today, the whistleblower's attorney said they have offered Republicans a chance to ask written questions under oath.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders on the Minneapolis, Minnesota campaign trail, weighing in on presidential impeachment.
This is a president who deserves to be impeached and will be impeached.
Last week, the House passed a resolution establishing the guidelines for the impeachment investigation, passing it 232 to 196. America is listening to Fox News.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Gecometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Hi, this is Amy Jacobson to talk about my incredible experience with Online Trading Academy. I signed up for my own free class, and you can too. You'll be introduced to skills to take control of your financial future. You'll learn the right moves to make when the economy turns and how to spend less time worrying about life and more time living it. You know, no one else will ever care about your financial future as much as you do. It's time for you to start learning how to invest in you. Seats are limited. Just call 844-778-7132 to attend and get 2 free passes to their next class so you can check this all out. And if you call right now, they will send you home with their Professionals Insider Kit. It's loaded with exclusive investing courses and some of their best lessons from the pros. This is a limited opportunity and seats go quickly, so call 844-778-7132. That's 844-778-7132, or visit them online at otaclass.com, otaclass.com.
12 days of Christmas? Not likely. At Tasty Catering, their chefs have been cooking up brand new winter menu items all year long. So when the temperature drops and you start humming holiday jingles, they're ready to serve you the best holiday party catering feast around.
The highly anticipated Tasty Catering holiday menus are already available online for you to browse. And what's more, the Tasty Catering staff is ready to use their award-winning service to get you into the holiday spirit.
Holiday party planners from companies throughout Chicagoland, from downtown to the far suburbs. Tasty Catering invites you to their kitchens to taste some delicious holiday menu items. Then, let their friendly team help you plan the most successful holiday party yet.
Don't wait. Call them today at 847-593-2000 or visit tastycatering.com to schedule a holiday lunch date on them.
Visit tastycatering.com now. Full menus are online, and their staff has an invitation waiting for you to come and sample.
tastycatering.com, 847-593-2000.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
So before the long break, we were talking about Elizabeth Warren releasing her plan of how she's going to pay for Medicare for all, kind of just the whole plan of what's going to happen. So first, she would cancel all private insurance. All those employers can just send the money directly to her, and she will pay for everyone's health insurance with it. She would also raise $2.3 trillion by cracking down on tax evasion. Yeah, right. The estimate from the Warren campaign that the federal government will need to spend $20 trillion more to get Medicare for all is $14 trillion lower than many outside analysts have predicted. So she's trying to get to $20 trillion, but she actually needs to get to at least $34 trillion. She also thinks that you're going to get savings from lower administrative costs, paying providers less, redirecting healthcare spending from state governments, even though other estimates that take these changes into account disagree with her conclusions. So, and she also wants to cut military spending. Let's not forget, she wants to cut military spending too. So she thinks the illegals are going to pay taxes. and all these other things. So I call BS on all of it.
Well, it's like, side effects may include, higher costs of goods, loss of jobs.
These are the
side effects may include butt hurt.
These are the people who couldn't even get a website to promote Obamacare to work.
Right.
And
they overpaid for it.
And well, speaking of overpaying, I saw a thing the other day, and I didn't dig into it, but somebody made the observation that Trump's wall cost less than Obama's website.
Yeah.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So we're going to turn all this over to the government because it's so much more efficient than private industry where there's competition.
Right.
Then that somehow makes sense. But, when you're 1/138 millionth of a whatever Indian, there's a woman now who does, goes out on the street and with a microphone and gets in people's faces. I forget her name. She's fairly new. So she was going on a liberal campus, and she was saying, what do you think about a politician that would say that they are an ethnic minority to get into college? Oh, no, that's a terrible thing. And it was like 1/1000% Indian, and they were getting a free ride to go to college when you would have to pay. Oh, that's disgusting. It was Warren. And they go, just that deadpan look like, time to go now. I can't talk anymore. You know what? How can we possibly win? The whole deck is just stacked against us. Every time you turn around, the press bolsters them. I mean, it's just one thing after another. It's getting to be so ridiculous. And they just make stuff up. I just don't understand it. I really don't. I don't know how we're gonna pull out of this thing. This next election could change the entire direction of the history of this country.
Well, I know you're a big believer in even if Trump wins, which I think he will, but if Trump wins, it's still going to be really bad.
I think it's just deductive reasoning. If you just think about it, that if the liberals win, we have huge numbers of people that are going to say it's a stolen election because they have a history. Yes, there have been Republicans who have cheated in elections. Of course there have. But they have like an art form.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they're so creative. Well, and we're going to talk about vote harvesting.
Right, exactly.
They're so creative. Like, you can't even come up with this stuff.
When you can get, 115% voter turnout in the county? Yeah. There's a message hidden there somewhere. So if they win, there's going to be a huge number of people, and they're all gun owners. If we win, they're going to say it's rigged. I mean, I don't honestly see how we come out of this without some sort of massive issue.
Well, I mean, no matter who wins, the other side's going to think it's rigged.
Yes.
I mean, and they thought that with Trump. We thought that with Obama. I mean, it's just the nature of it. Because
they've been trying to poke holes in Trump's win for 3 years.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That platform has been no Trump. Yeah. Up until these candidates, the presidential candidate group came up who changed their platform from, it included no Trump, but also no guns. But other than that, I mean, that's all they've been harping on the whole time. It was, Trump said this, it was something like 15 minutes from the time he took oath of office before some television station started with the impeaching Trump thing.
Oh, it wasn't. It was even before he was.
They were talking about it before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only difference is that when we win, they cry about it for months and years, and they're still crying about it now because they're trying this whole ridiculous impeachment
Hillary's
thing.
still finding reasons why she lost, and none of them are her.
Well, no, and it does not point to the mirror, and the mirror definitely is in play.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. I certainly hope. We've gone through some crises over the centuries. I mean, we've had some pretty nasty things, and frankly, in the Founding Fathers era, they were really mean. I mean, they made stuff up like he's a murderer. I mean, just they really were mean, and we survived it. It's just the vitriol's not good at all. It's just not good. Anyway, we're going to be back after a few messages. When we return, AOC's moment of zen, get out of jail free card, and we're going to talk about impeachment. Literally shows the ugliness that has begun in Washington establishment. All that and more when On Target Radio returns, and you're listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Balance of nature, changing the world one life at a time.
Back in January, February, I'd jet home make myself something to eat, blah, blah, blah. My girlfriend works nights. By like 8:30, 8 o'clock, I'd be in bed. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if this is what the rest of life is like, I'm doomed. Today is day 14 of me taking Balance of Nature. My energy level's through the roof. It took me like 5 years of hearing it on talk radio to actually try it. The difference is night and day.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 35% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
12 days of Christmas? Not likely. At Tasty Catering, their chefs have been cooking up brand new winter menu items all year long. So when the temperature drops and you start humming holiday jingles, they're ready to serve you the best holiday party catering feast around.
The highly anticipated Tasty Catering holiday menus are already available online for you to browse. And what's more, the Tasty Catering staff is ready to use their award-winning service to get you into the holiday spirit.
Holiday party planners from companies throughout Chicagoland, from downtown to the far suburbs. Tasty Catering invites you to their kitchens to taste some delicious holiday menu items. Then let their friendly team help you plan the most successful holiday party yet.
Don't wait. Call them today at 847-593-2000 or visit tastycatering.com to schedule a holiday lunch date on them.
Visit tastycatering.com now. Full menus are online and their staff has an invitation waiting for you to come and sample.
tastycatering.com, 847-593-2000.
According to a recent study, the average human attention span has fallen to just 8 seconds. That doesn't give me a lot of time. So here I go. If you're a student at any college, we're having a contest for major cash and prizes and a paid internship, all for writing a great research paper. You're probably doing this for free anyway, so why not try to get something from it? You go to our website, pick one of the 6,000 companies listed, research it, write a report, and submit it. Do that best, you'll win up to $7,500 in cash, a trip to Miami for the NobleCon Investors Conference, 2 nights at the multi-billion-dollar Hard Rock Hotel, and the paid internship. No strings attached. It's sponsored by the same folks that do the National Spelling Bee. Because today, being thorough and detailed and doing solid research has become a lost art. Just Google it doesn't cut it. We have some of the best emerging companies that need to have their stories told, and we need to find some great people to help us do it. Want to find out more? Go to channelcheck.com. That's channel, C-H-E-K, don't need that second C.com for all the details.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
It's time now for your moment of AOC Zen.
Well, wonders never cease. Just when we thought Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has reached the pinnacle of professional purveyor of knowledge, we discover yet another area of expertise. AOC is an expert on penology. No, Eric, get your mind out of the gutter. The term penology comes from the Latin pena. We're skating pretty close to the dead air switch, aren't we, George? But stay with me on this one. Penology is a subcomponent of criminology that deals with the philosophy and practice of repressing very specific human behavior. And no, that does not mean AOC is a professional dominatrix. That's just her hobby. What it means is she's an expert on repressing criminal behavior, or so she would have us believe, which brings us to incarceration. By way of background, the modern prison system wasn't some flash-in-the-pan idea. It's attributed to a 19th century philosopher named Jeremy Bentham, who was against the death penalty. Bentham looked back in history and came to the conclusion that the death penalty was pretty much considered the cure for most crimes. That is easy to fact-check by watching Game of Thrones, which documents the entire Middle Ages, consisted of freezing your keister off in open-air castles and lopping off the heads of anyone that did anything the king didn't like. Prisons existed as far back as ancient Athens and Rome, but they were institutions of punishment, not simple detention. Think the Spanish Inquisition. Not a lot of reforming going on there, other than reforming various body parts. So Bentham proposed the concept of a prison that would hold prisoners as a form of punishment. By the late 19th century, prisons were being built for the sole purpose of housing inmates. They were intended to deter people from committing crimes. Now, moving forward to AOC. She recently dropped another of her pearls of intellectual dwarfism, promoting prison abolition. Yes, you heard that right. Abolition. She believes the world will run better if we don't incarcerate criminals. Now, she didn't come out and verify this, but I'm going to take the leap of faith. She's not endorsing a return to the days of lopping off the heads of anyone who commits any crime at all. In a pair of tweets earlier this week, AOC called for, I quote, a real conversation about decarceration and prison abolition in this country, adding, a cage is a cage is a cage, and humans don't belong in them. And for the record, she clarified she meant all prisoners, including violent offenders, and informed the world she is a card-carrying member of the National Police and Prison Abolition Working Group. Now there's your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. She further tweeted, mass incarceration is our American reality. It is a system whose logic evolved from the same lineage as Jim Crow, American apartheid, and slavery. To end it, we have to change. That means we need to have a real conversation about decarceration and prison abolition in this country. Then, AOC related that while she had never been in favor of prisons, it was this past Monday afternoon that changed her life and made her understand that we as a nation had to abolish all prisons. She explained, last Monday afternoon, I spoke with a woman who was thrown in Rikers as a teenager, put in solitary confinement for months, aka torture, force-fed pills. The conditions were so bad she had to drink out of toilets. A cage is a cage is a cage, and humans don't belong in them. In other news, Monday morning, the Department of Justice issued a press release stating it was determined that incarcerated prisoners could not vote in national elections. And there you go.
Are these the same toilets that when she toured that she said they were drinking out of?
Absolutely, yes. That's
well, she never actually took the tour.
No.
Well, that's right.
But she looked through the fence at the empty parking lot.
She refused to take the tour.
Yeah.
The empty parking lot was very sad. It used to be a beautiful prairie one day with no cages.
Yes.
And Colonel Sanders has her pitching for him. What does that say? Well, it says they're both nuts. Anyway.
So we didn't get to vote harvesting in the last segment. So I did want to touch on this because it is an interesting topic and everybody's going, what's vote harvesting? So vote harvesting is the practice of getting people to fill out applications for absentee ballots, mail-in ballots, and then making sure, harvesting them, making sure that they get turned in, but only if you vote the way that they want you to vote. So there are actually 9 states that allow a member of your family to hand deliver your mail-in ballot for you. 13 states don't specify whether someone other than the voter can hand deliver the ballot on the voter's behalf. So there's a lot of states where it's open. Sure. The voter doesn't have to turn it in themselves. And so in these states, like California, District of Columbia, there are North Carolina now, they changed their law. Vote harvesters are dropping off hundreds of absentee ballots that they have collected. So they're making sure that you get an absentee ballot, and then they're going back to your house and they're picking it up from you.
This is a little different than when they would take elderly people to the polls and say, well, they need my help.
Oh, no, it's completely different.
Yeah, well, it's different in that it's a different format, but it's the same result. What you're doing is you're taking people who are unable to voice their own opinion and saying, oh, I'll do it for you. What do you want? And then they're doing whatever they want.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, welcome to On Target Radio Voter Services. Give us your absentee ballot and tell us how you want to vote, and we'll make sure it gets in.
Yeah, we'll make sure it happens. So there's a lot of problems with this. The Daily Signal points out that no one can verify that the secrecy of the ballot has not been compromised, can't verify that it has not been fraudulently changed, or that if you don't vote the way they want you to vote, they don't just trash it. They don't just put it through the shredder. So yeah, it's a big problem. We found out about something that was happening like that in Will County. So it's happening here.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Gretchen's action items and a little more. You never know. And you're listening to On Target Radio, and this is AM 560, The Answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Did you miss the open enrollment this year? I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time that eliminates the mandatory maternity coverage. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other carriers. If you're over 50 and are covered by the Affordable Care Act, you're paying for maternity coverage every month whether you want it or not. In Chicago, the least expensive PPO health insurance plan under the ACA will cost $572 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $7,900 before your bills are paid at 100%. I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity coverage and lower your monthly premium to $278 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $2,500 before your bills are paid at 100%. That's a savings of $294 a month and over $5,000 with my lower deductible. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
From the Illinois State Rifle Association, John Krupa III has done some great work on exposing conflicting rules and laws that put law-abiding gun owners at risk of committing firearm violations. If you fail to renew your FOID card, you have 48 hours to dispose of your firearms. If you are supposed to be able to give them to a friend or relative who has a FOID card. The other option is to take them to a federal firearms licensee. You have to fill out a disposition form and turn it in to the state police. The problem is that Illinois now has a 72-hour waiting period, so giving them to friends and family is now impossible without breaking the law, because you only have 48 hours. This forces you to give them to an FFL. If you don't, the state police will come to your door and seize not only your firearms, but all firearms in the house, even though they may belong to other people living there. Not only will they seize your purchased firearms, but also those that you have inherited, family heirlooms, and antique firearms. When or if you get your firearms back, everything you had will wind up in the ISP database. This is essentially a gun registration system. This issue must be addressed, but there is little we can do now. The cure for this is to get your FOID card renewed on time. Every FOID card holder needs to renew their FOID card 90 days in advance. Please tell everyone in your household and all your friends to do this. Everyone needs to check their FOID card expiration date immediately. This is nothing to joke around with. The same is true for your Illinois concealed carry license. It must be renewed 60 days in advance. This is a mess and it isn't right. The Illinois State Rifle Association will attack this problem as soon as possible. The following Safer USA classes are at our facility in Waterman. Saturday, November 9th, Illinois Concealed Carry Renewal Class taught by David. Saturday and Sunday, November 16th and 17th, Illinois Concealed Carry 1. This 16-hour class will be taught by David and meets the training requirements for Illinois Concealed Carry as well as Florida and Arizona. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
So we were going to talk about the whole impeachment thing, which I'm sure people are pretty much up to date on. But yeah, to a certain
getting
degree.
To that point.
To a certain, you're right. I mean, it's been hit on so hard when I think pretty much everybody knows that there's nothing there. But what it really does is it underscores. You remember when he first got elected, they were talking about this this shadow government,
Yes.
and people were like,
Deep state.
Well, it is.
It's true.
It is.
I like what Rush Limbaugh said. He said, I think what this entire so-called impeachment inquiry is really all about is derailing the Barr investigation. They're trying to convince the American people that Trump is guilty and should not be president before Barr and Durham and Horowitz have time to reveal anything.
And that's what it's about. I mean, how many times we joked about this? Every time they dig a hole looking for Trump dirt, they see a Democrat sitting down there looking up.
There's a Democrat at the bottom of the hole.
It always leads to a Democrat.
Well, the disgusting thing is now you're seeing a lot of news stories come out where it's like, X number % of Republicans support impeachment.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
right. Yeah.
Where did you find these people? And that kind of goes along with, I got this call. It came up restricted, and it was like, Friday night at 9:00. I'm like, oh, crap. That's usually not a good call, right? Because it could be, hospital or, whatever, work or something. And it ended up being this stupid telephone survey. And I'm like, I'll play along because, there's people, say who gets these surveys. So, it's like, okay, so if the election were held for president today, would you elect Donald Trump, or I forgot what the other one was. And I hit Donald Trump and immediately hung up on me. That's awesome. I was like, I wonder if there were follow-up questions if I were to hit the other name.
I'm sure there were.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
You're a winner.
Well, we'd like to thank you for listening to On Target Radio.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board. Learn how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you'd imagine. Call 815-741-3474 for details.
And be sure to listen next week when we'll be covering more red meat issues that affect your life.
Yeah, next week we got this famous guy coming. It'll be...
Cut off.
Hi, it's Amy Jacobson. Our listeners helped build MyPillow into the amazing company that it is today. And now MyPillow is giving back to our listeners. You can get deep discounts on all MyPillow products by going to MyPillow.com and clicking on the Radio Listener Specials box. I love these pillows, and you will too. So receive huge discounts on MyPillows, mattress toppers, my favorite, the Giza sheets, and more. For example, the body pillow that provides the perfect comfort and support for your entire body is regularly $89.99, but with the promo code Amy, it's only $29.99. All products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the Radio Listener Specials box and get deep discounts on all products, including MyPillows for only $29.99. You'll get 30% off mattress toppers and deep discounts on Giza cotton sheets. That's MyPillow.com. Click the Radio Specials box and enter promo code Amy or call 800-489-0201. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code Amy.
What's happening? What does it mean? Why is it important? We've got the answer. AM 560, The Answer. WIN.